Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me see what we doing here. How we sounding? What we looking like? Oh shoot, y'all got me on the thing looking doofy. All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know who y'all looking at, man. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Hey, now we looking good here. Welcome to Club Pizzle. Saturday evening, Saturday night special edition of Club Pizzle. I'm, of course, your host, Don P. Pizzle, Pod God, all of those good things. I want to thank everybody for their continued support of this platform. I want to thank everybody for their continued support of this podcast, man. While y'all in that mood, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all share, make sure y'all comment. Um, I want to welcome in a new audience. I'm doing new things, I'm trying new things, and I think I'm gonna make this a permanent thing. So, shout out finally I'm doing my thing on IG. So shout out to my IG people. Make sure y'all come through. Make sure y'all pull up. Make sure y'all tap in and see what's going on with the pod guy. I do a lot of promotion over there. So I figure, hey, I might as well just bring it on over here. And it looks good because I'm looking at the feed there. I'm trying to think, man. Listen, y'all, it's been one of those weeks for me. It's been it's been a weird week. Last week I felt a little bit under the weather after talking with some people about not getting sick. Isn't that the funniest thing? Um, yeah, man, I felt a little under the weather. I've been trying to bounce back. I thought I was gonna be good Thursday, but I wasn't good Thursday. I've been working. Like it's just been weird and crazy. It's a lot. It's just a lot be going on over here, man. But I still find a way to power through. I got to Thursday and I was like, man, I'm gonna try this. I think I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna give it a go. I did all my show prep. I had everything together. And I was like, man, I can't even do it. I was tired. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it on a Saturday. I didn't have to work today. I'm like off from the day job. So here I am. Um, couple of quick things before we get started. Again, shout out to my people, my Facebook people. Shout out to my YouTube people, and shout out to my new audience on Instagram. I'm here on IG. People saying, "Why you don't put it on IG?" And I was like, figured it out, and now we here, man. Um, eventually, I'll make this a real. It's probably gonna be a permanent thing from here on in. I know what to do. I know what's popping here. So all my IG people, shout out to everybody. Um, 2 weeks from now, March the 22nd, is Trappy Sports Day. It's down at the CSU Rec Center. I am a part of that. It's two games. The first game is the OGs versus the YNs. I guess that's what we call it. Old school versus new school. Whatever however Trappy's gonna do it. It's like the old school, new school, like the older cats, the OGs that's been doing things on the scene in Cleveland for a while versus the newbies who are like really just breaking in. I know a couple of people that's going to be on there, and that's going to be followed by the East Side versus the West Side, which has turned into, oh my God, it is wild. It's going to be wild and crazy. I'm on the East Side team myself, Trap Boy Mannequin. Shout out to my boy DJ Congo, who's also on that squad. Chris Bleak, what it Dooski, is also on that squad. Another addition to that squad. I see a one. Bashir Jones is going to be there. Um, and we gonna play ball, man. That's what it is. And I'm gonna say this right now. Listen, I am one of the people who paid for and watched Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast guys get out there and play basketball and look absolutely nuts while they did it. I was one of those people. Okay. And listen, I promise you, I am not about to get out there and hurt myself. I know my limits. I'm gonna get out there. We're going for the win. Lex Vegas is the coach on the opposite team. Shout out to my brother Lex Vegas. You already know what it is, bro. You are my guy. You are my brother. I love you, but I am going for the trophy. And anytime I could get one up on you and get to talk trash to you and on you for a year straight or however long this thing is gonna go before the next one, I am gonna take that opportunity. You feel me? um, Daddy P, another one of my guys, like somebody that when I first started performing, he was on the same bills with me. Me and him was performing, going first and second, and then happening sometimes being at the venue early and still and waiting for everybody to perform and being like the second to last and the last people. So, it's a lot of history. It's a lot of guys. Shout out to my guy C's, who was also on Team West Side. They got a couple of guys that can hoop over there. But I'm telling y'all right now, we going for the title. I'm trying to win the title. You feel me? And finally, on April the 11th, I am going to be at the ATM Lounge. I am going to be performing. I'm not going to keep saying this is the last show because I honestly won't know it'll be my last show until I get off the stage. I know the time is coming close. I know it's drawing near. I'm just not going to say like this is it. I'm done. I'm finished. But I know like it's gonna be one of my last shows. And depending on what I feel like when I get off that stage, it might be the very last one. It might be the last dance, honestly. Okay. That is April the 11th at the ATM Lounge. Myself will be performing. Also, Jumpman Sosa is also going to be on that bill. Also, my little brother, Big Boss Dev, is going to be on that bill performing. We got a couple of other performers that is going to be on that bill as well. I am also hosting that thing. Wow, somebody actually asked me to host some shit. And voila, it's a show that I'm headlining. No, shout out to Richie Carlisle for hitting me and like we had a conversation about it. And he was like, let me know. And that's what we did. So shout out to Richie Carlisle for that. Yeah, man, April the 11th, man, come out. Y'all get to see me get on stage and do my 1-2 and do my rapper thing like I did. I am no longer a rapper. Just to let people know, I don't do it anymore, but I used to do it. That's my old life. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I have to pop out and show these newer guys that I am what I am. And I have to show some people who get on these apps and talk trash and or just be out or just get on their apps and get on their pages and be like, well, who is this person to think that they can judge how I perform? I'm gonna pop out and I'm gonna show you why I am one of Battleground's resident judges. Shout out to the Battleground Performance League. Shout out to the whole gang. Meech, Tim, Flight Like Bees, Verb, Dom Prince, Neff. Shout out to the whole gang over there. I did miss Battleground last week because I was at home sick. And I am not happy that I was at home sick and I had to deal with that. Block 3-time champion, shout out to him. Yeah, but I hear the people talk. So those of y'all who do he think he is? April 11th, ATM Lounge. Pull up. I'm gonna show you exactly who the hell Pizzle is and why I am who I am over there. I'm very well qualified. So, boom. Let's get to it, man. Y'all know the motto. It is the Saturday evening special. Got a few things to cover. Got a lot of things to talk about. And you know what? To be honest, I am so glad that I decided to do this on a Saturday instead of my regular Thursday. Because what I'm going to talk about later, we going to get into it. I'm going to start with my Cleveland Cavaliers. What are we now? 53-10? Those boys are playing some serious ball. They continue to look like a team that is going to be in the NBA Finals. They continue to look like a team that can win an NBA championship this year, next year, year after that, year after that. There is a potential budding new dynasty on the horizon, and damn it, they reside right in my hometown. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the potential is there. All the pieces are there. Last Friday, since I didn't get an opportunity to get to it, last Friday, we here now. Big dub over the Boston Celtics. Down 25-3 in the first quarter. And as I'm sitting down here in my cave and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, crap. This is not how we wanted this game to start. This is not how this game should have started. Something clicked in my brain. I said, hey, they not going to hit everything for the entire game. Impossible. Everything. I've been watching the NBA for a long time. I can't put a number on it. At 42 years old, I can say I've been watching the NBA for a long time. Some of my first memories happened in the late 80s. And a lot of those memories and a lot of those games. And if you have the NBA app, you can go back and look on that app and watch it. Like, teams do not, like, it's certain percentages that you can shoot in the NBA that is acceptable. But the way the Boston Celtics were shooting in that game on last Friday night, early on, eventually they were going to come back to earth. And the Cleveland Cavaliers walked them down. They chipped, and they chipped, and they chipped, and they chipped, and they kept chipping and kept chipping and kept chipping until they finally broke through. And in the fourth quarter, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley showed up like the star and the all-star and the potential budding superstar that they are. They got that win in Boston. And I purposely turned and left my TV on, ESPN in particular, just to see what they were going to say, just to see how they would address it. And you know what? They did exactly what I thought they would do. It was there from the beginning. It was there before the tip-off. No Drew Holiday, No Kristaps Porzingis. I say, oh, they already got their excuses. And in perfect and right on cue, Kendrick Perkins said that. Stephen A. Smith said that. All of that crap, I do not want to hear from them. And you can just hear them, you can see them like gritting their teeth and not wanting to give the Cleveland Cavaliers credit for digging themselves out of a 25-3 hole and chipping and chipping and chipping and chipping and chipping and chipping and breaking through. They did not want to give the Cleveland Cavaliers props. They did not want to give Donovan Mitchell his due for scoring 41 points. They did not want to give Evan Mobley his due for his 12 big points in that fourth quarter. The national media hates Cleveland, y'all. They do not like talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've never liked talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Even in the 11 seasons that LeBron James played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they did not want to talk about them. And I'm going to get more into media bias and media issues a little bit later on in the show. Y'all stay locked. We are here for a good time and not a long time, but we're going to be here long enough for me to get mine off. After the Boston win, that is a signature win for the Cavaliers, even though they're saying no Holiday, no Porzingis. How about when the Boston Celtics broke our 15-0 streak? We were without Dean Wade, Isaac Okoro, Karis LeVert, and we were without our key wing guys. This is before DeAndre Hunter got there. But they don't want to talk about that. It's weird. After that hard-fought win over the Boston Celtics, I don't have my cards today. I ain't writing nothing. I told y'all it's been a week, y'all. It has been a week. After the Boston win, a hard-fought win over Portland on Sunday. It was another hard-fought and inevitable win over the Chicago Bulls. And then a tough win against Miami. And then a down-to-the-wire win last night against the Charlotte Hornets. 13-game win streak, y'all. Can I say it again? 13-game win streak. This team now has three of them win streaks above 10 games. Impressive. That doesn't happen a lot. And shout out to those Cleveland Cavaliers for showing up, showing out, and getting busy. Donovan Mitchell, congratulations. Named Eastern Conference Player of the Month for the month of February. Salute to him. Also, Evan Mobley, February Defensive Player of the Month. Let me ask this question, and I'll pose this question, and I'll leave this for y'all. Should Donovan Mitchell's name be in the MVP conversation? As a Cleveland Cavaliers fan and a basketball fan, I say yes. His name does belong in the MVP conversation. I didn't say he was going to win it because honestly, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has, to me, he's run away with it. And it would not surprise me if he's the unanimous MVP. But in today's NBA, like these writers and this negativity and all the bullshit that they be on, and I'm gonna talk about it, he won't be unanimous. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now is the front runner for MVP. Nikola Jokic had 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists last night. First time in NBA history. He continues to put up great numbers, and he continues to ball out. Giannis Antetokounmpo is having another Giannis Antetokounmpo year. There's a 40-year-old in Los Angeles right now that is playing at an MVP level. That's 4 names. But Shai is, to me, the runaway. But I think Donovan does deserve some MVP talk. Evan Mobley should be the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. But again, big market bias. Even though Memphis isn't a big market, Jaren Jackson Jr. has already won one, and they'll do anything to put him there. Because once you win it, you're in their good graces, and they're gonna kiss your ass, and they're gonna try to win. Listen, y'all. I am talking today. I am letting things fly tonight. Saturday. It's a Saturday evening special, so why wouldn't I? I personally think, and if this is possible, I think DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome should share the Sixth Man of the Year award. I don't know how possible that is. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing. If two teammates can share that, even though they just became teammates at the trading deadline. But it should go to one of those. If they don't share it, it should go to one of those two. Right now, I'm leaning towards Hunter because Hunter he's ball. Even though Ty Jerome has been killing it all year, and what a big game he had the other day. Yeesh, man. But y'all know what's gonna happen. Peyton Pritchard's gonna win freaking Sixth Man of the Year. And it's absolutely gonna suck. Because of course they're going to big market bias. I should have titled this show Big Market Bias, but we'll get more to it. I think that's it, man. 53-10. Up next for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have Milwaukee tomorrow night, and then home versus Brooklyn on Tuesday, and then I believe they're off until Friday. I will be attending the Brooklyn game this Tuesday. I understand this. I've really enjoyed this ride. I really picked a good season to start to become a season ticket holder. I picked the right season. They got me locked in for next season too. And I canceled my Cleveland charge. My season tickets with them. I'll explain that at another time on another show, and when it's all over there, I will explain it. And there are a couple of people I know that can vouch for me with this. Let me speak on this. Certain giveaways, or just the giveaways in general. I know that these franchises, whether it's the top level or the minor level, whatever. I know baseball does it as well. But the giveaways to me, and I'm gonna speak for myself here. I think any giveaway that any franchise has, season ticket holders ought to get first dibs. Or when I walk in the building where I get to my seat, my joint should be there. Or like season ticket holders, y'all go here and y'all will get y'all. Because for 3 seasons as a Cleveland Charge ticket holder, they've had bobblehead nights, and I've seen people walk in the door, grab a bobblehead, and keep walking and go out of another door. I know that they know that. I know that they are aware of that. If they're not aware of it, they're lying. It's I do not like. I especially somebody as a season ticket holder, and I'm paying my money. I'm paying good money. I'm here at these games. I'm supporting this team. For you to let some douchebag ass collector to just be able to buy the cheapest ticket on the market, get to come here and stand in, I don't care about standing in line like that. Don't bother. Like that is what it is. Standing in line, it is what it is, whatever. But again, I'm gonna say, as a season ticket holder, I should get every item on the giveaway list. It should be Mine should be bagged up or it should be mailed to my crib because y'all should get it way far in advance. Everything that comes, send it in a care package. I did get my Monty Bates bobblehead though, by the way, if y'all seen the pictures. But anyway, Milwaukee tomorrow and against Brooklyn on Tuesday. I hate to be this person, and I'm not gonna be this person. Again, I'm on a positivity narrative. I'm gonna push some positivity. I'm not going to say that this team has to lose, but I will say this about the Cleveland Cavaliers. It is about that time of the year to start gearing up for the playoffs. We are in the dog days. It's game 64, game 65. Around mid-March is when teams start ramping it up. Rotations are going to start changing. You're going to start to see a little more wiggle with a lot of teams. Is what you're going to start to see. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this playoff run. I am going to be taking a trip in May. I'm ruining the surprise. Hopefully, I'm going to Tuscaloosa for Mother's Day. I'm taking my mom down, and it's going to be right in the middle of this Cavs playoff run. I am praying to Jesus that there's not a home playoff game on Mother's Day weekend because I might just be booking my mama a flight and be like, "Ma, I can drop you off at the airport, and I can pick you up when you get back. But I can't leave my team in this playoff run." I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm talking, but I'm laughing, but I'm kind of dead ass when I say that. Uh, moving on. A free agency is getting ready to start for the Cleveland Browns. They restructured Deshaun Watson's contract. Again, they saved a little bit of money. I saw that coming. It was something to be expected. I'm trying to figure out what is the Browns' biggest need. Is the biggest need quarterback? Is it running back? Is it offensive line? Is it secondary? Is it like what is the biggest need? And as I sat here and I racked my brain, we're just gonna say quarterback for right now. It's the biggest glaring need. The quarterback room is not good. You have to clear that quarterback room. Jameis Winston is not coming back. He's going to be a free agent. He's going to sign elsewhere, probably the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Dorian Thompson-Robinson experiment is over. I believe that you just clear the room besides Deshaun Watson for obvious reasons. You can't do it. This year, the dead cap will kill you. Next year, it's a possibility. Next year, I wouldn't rule it out. Next season, maybe. But like it or not, Deshaun Watson is going to be a Cleveland Brown next year. He's going to have a roster spot. Some things you just have to accept. You don't have to like it. Just accept it. I've accepted it. I've accepted the fact that he has failed here. I've accepted the fact that he is not ever going to get back to what he was. And as a Browns fan, that saddens me because I rooted for him. I was happy for him. And I'm also going to say, no, I'm going to wait until it's all over. But QB is a huge need. I say, Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry, you get somebody in free agency. Kirk Cousins. He's going to come cheap because he's already going to be getting paid from Atlanta. Bring in Kirk Cousins. He knows Stefanski's offense. And he's just a bridge quarterback from whomever you draft. I got a list. I have 4 quarterbacks in this draft that I'm drafting. Cam Ward is at the top of that list. If he's there at number 2, I'm taking Cam Ward. Shedeur Sanders is also on that list. If he's there at number 2, if the Titans take Cam Ward, I'm taking him. Or I'm taking a shot in the dark. I may draft someone else at 2, or may trade out of 2 or trade up somewhere with another pick, and I'm getting Shedeur Sanders. How about this scenario? And I saw this scenario somewhere. And I don't believe one bit that Shedeur Sanders is going to fall to the end of the first round. I'm not buying that. Is the gap between him and Cam Ward that far away? Maybe. Is Cam Ward a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders? I think so. Does he have a better upside than Shedeur Sanders? Yes, I believe Cam Ward is far and away the best quarterback in this draft. And if the Tennessee Titans decide to take Travis Hunter or somebody else, that's on them. But if Cam Ward is there at number 2, I'm going to get him. Or if Andrew Berry really wants Cam Ward, and Tennessee is really not sure what they want to do, get on the phone. Make a phone call. Hey, let's swap these. You're not sure about them. I want them. Let me go get them. If Andrew Berry wants Cam Ward that bad, he'll be calling the Tennessee Titans and trading and going to make that trade there. But those are the first 2. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. Third quarterback on my list in this draft, and not at number 2. Absolutely not at number 2. It's Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. I love this kid. This kid has some moxie. I think this kid is going to be a pretty good pro. Is he a generational talent? No. But I think he has what it takes to be a good to great quarterback in this league, to get your team to the playoffs, to win your team some playoff games, and possibly get to the Super Bowl. He won't be a Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or nothing like that. I'm not going to say Jalen Hurts because I don't want to offend nobody, and even if y'all were offended, the Frank stand is open. But I love Jackson Dart. Day 2 guy. If they decide to do something else with the number 2 pick or in the second round, I might even go as far as picking Jackson Dart in the second round if he's there. If I don't take a quarterback at 2, and I trade out of it to go get somebody else. And the fourth quarterback on that list, and I believe he was on my list a long time ago, and like going into last season, looking at this guy, Jalen Milroe. I love Jalen Milroe, but he's more of a developmental quarterback, and I believe somewhere 3-4 years down the line, he could take a team over. But that also might be something to look at. That might be a possibility. You sign Kirk Cousins to a 2-year deal or something like that. You draft a Travis Hunter, or you draft a Abdul Carter, which I know he has whatever injury, is going to have surgery, whatever. You draft Abdul Carter at 2. Round 3-ish, maybe round 2-ish, where you trade back to the bottom of the second round and you go draft a Jalen Milroe to be your quarterback of the future and be your developmental guy. If you got Kirk Cousins for 2 years, you can afford to let him sit back and learn the offense. Oh God, help me. I really have been trying to avoid this Myles Garrett topic. I talk about this. Me and Chris Cargile, my guy, shout out Chris. I talk about it with him. We talk about it amongst ourselves. I really don't want to talk about this, y'all. I don't want to talk about it because I'm in denial. I'm so in denial that Myles Garrett has requested a trade and that Myles Garrett does not want to play for the Cleveland Browns anymore. I'm in denial. I don't want to believe it. But it's true. I am so in denial. I'm so in denial. I'm really like delusional Cleveland Browns fans. I'm delusional like Cleveland sports fans are. Seriously. I'm so in denial about this. I really do not want to talk about it, but it's reality. He wants out. And I'm sad about it. And I don't like it. And I'm hoping and I'm crossing my fingers. I am praying to every single God, higher power, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever, that they can come to some type of a compromise. Myles Garrett said he wanted to meet with Jimmy Haslam. Jimmy Haslam said no, talk to Andrew Berry. When I read that, I said, damn it, Jimmy. Even though they're standing firm, it's like, come on, y'all. Y'all, let's do something. He wants to go. And again, I'm in denial. I am never going to believe that he will sit out a season and sit out whatever contract he has left. And I don't believe he'll turn down $40 million a year. I'm not believing that. I'm not going to buy it. Because if I'm unhappy and somebody be like 40 million, I'm gonna find a way to be happy. Listen, Miles, we love you in Cleveland. I know you love it. I know you love the city. Doggone it, you've bought a stake in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's find a way to work this out. Do I need to go and find Andrew Berry and be like, hey man, let me come in here and talk. Let me help y'all out. Something I'm gonna have to do. Before we get out of here, let's get to it. LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith. Now, I purposely avoid talking about LeBron on here because it's what everyone else does, and I don't like doing what everyone else does unless it's warranted. But this situation here with him and Stephen A. Smith and the whole situation with him and his son. Listen, and I tried to explain this via a post, but some people just seem to not know how to read and don't understand exactly what I'm saying here. So I'm gonna say it right here. We're gonna talk about it. And let's just run through this. And the reason why, listen, as a dad, my kids don't play sports, but as a dad, I'm always defend my kid. I don't care how old my damn kid is. I'm always defend my kids. Especially if you're going to try to use my kid in a personal issue that you have with me. And it's been this way. Now, Stephen A. Smith, he is the man in this industry. He is the top dude at ESPN. Congratulations on the new deal, Stephen A. Let me congratulate you on that. I agree with him sometimes. I ride with him sometimes. And there are other times where it's like he done put his foot in his mouth. And there are certain times where he is out of line. And if somebody checks him, okay, fine. He has always, and I'm going to say it, he's had an issue with LeBron James for a long time. A lot of the black writers and black broadcasters have issue with LeBron James. It's been this way for a long time. Listen, right now I'm just speaking on how I feel. None of what I'm going to say here right now is fact. I'm only stating what I see and how I feel and my opinion on it. I'm not saying what I'm getting ready to say is the Bible, but I'm going to tell you from my perspective on how I see it. But Stephen A. Smith seems to be upset with LeBron because he doesn't have the access to LeBron that he wants to have. And I feel like a lot of these black writers are the same way. LeBron don't give everybody access. His circle is always tight. His people are his people. Those dudes thought once he got to the NBA that he was going to throw Brian Windhorst to the side. I feel like Stephen A. Smith has always wanted to be what Ahmad Rashad was to Michael Jordan for LeBron James. He wanted to be Ahmad Rashad. He wanted to befriend LeBron James so he could hang around him and do, that's how I feel. I can't confirm this, but from where I look, That's what it looks like. And a lot of this stuff has gotten personal, and it got personal, and LeBron was tired of it. Y'all read his lips. Keep my son out of this, bro. Say whatever you want about me. Leave my son out of this. Do not use my kid to take shots at me. And that's exactly what Stephen A. did. Stephen A. Smith was out of line. I can post the actual clip. Some of y'all can go and find the clip. The clip is out there. The whole subject, the subject started when LeBron said, why would anybody want to be the face when all these dudes want to do is shit on us? That was one of the clips. There was another something that happened. And Stephen A. Smith went out of his way to basically call LeBron a bad father and say, hey, man, stop this, man. Let your kid go and do this. Dog, your issue is with me. If you got an issue with me, leave my kids out of this. And that's what I was trying to explain to y'all assholes on Facebook while y'all want to argue down and write all of these fucking, y'all see, y'all making me curse. Let me draw it back. While y'all want to argue with me, instead of reading what the post was and understanding what I was trying to say, instead of the first thing you see LeBron's name and you want to be on the other side of the LeBron disagreement. A lot of you loser niggas in Cleveland, yes, I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it again. Y'all are jealous of LeBron. Y'all have always been jealous of LeBron. He probably was, and a lot of y'all are my age and a little bit older than me. And with my age, LeBron's age, y'all in that age range where y'all was at open gyms or playing on some AAU squad. And he killed your dream when he showed y'all there's levels to this. You weren't on the level. You was a scrub, you was a bench warmer, or you just couldn't play. He dunked on you and broke your confidence. That is why a lot of you Cleveland dudes do not like LeBron James. And it's nasty. And y'all to be ashamed of yourselves being 40 plus, hating on a grown-ass man who's been nothing but successful in his life. Hating on a grown man who's the worst thing that dude has ever done was get on TV, national TV, and say, hey, I want to go play basketball in Miami. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. To see how some of you guys act when it comes to him. I'm on his side here. Stephen A. Smith was out of pocket. So go out of your way to bring my kid into whatever personal issue you have with me. And then to get on TV and say, Rich Paul has my number. His people know how to get in contact with me. Hey, they tried to do that, right? Didn't they try that some months back? And didn't you jump on your platform and say, that's corny, that's whack, that's pussy? He did that. So don't try to play these media games. I bet y'all didn't know that. Why y'all didn't know that? Because, again, people don't know what side of what they want to be on. I think it's a crying shame that people will decide that people will determine on who you like the most. Me, personally, I'm on the side of right and wrong here. A lot of times, again, I agree with Stephen A. Smith, but on this one, I am not riding with him. You can't use my kid to take personal shots at me and think you gonna sit courtside at my game and think that I'm not gonna walk up on you and say something about it. Any person who don't think that, in my opinion, that makes you a bad father. Saturday nice. And speaking of LeBron and Stephen A. and the media, how come every time, and I'm also on Charles Barkley's side, how come every time LeBron does something or hits some kind of milestone, they get on TV and talk about what the 90s were? Why does the LeBron and Jordan subject always come up when LeBron reaches a milestone? Break the all-time scoring record. Is he the greatest of all time? 50,000 points. Is he like, dog, let the man have his moment. They never would have done Michael Jordan that way. I don't think these dudes would have got on TV and dissed Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or Magic Johnson or Julius Erving or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that way. I'm on the side of Gilbert Arenas on that. At that time, you praised these guys. You gave these guys their praise when they accomplished stuff. You spoke about them in a positive light. Nowadays, all these media guys seem to do is speak negatively about everybody. Jason Tatum is having one hell of a career, but they don't like him just because of the way he goes about his business. He is a private dude who all he cares about is basketball. Y'all don't need to know who he's dating, even though we know. That man cares about basketball. People go at Kevin Durant. All that man wants to do is hoop. All LeBron James wants to do is play basketball and be the first and be a billionaire in basketball. And he's a billionaire in basketball. But now all he wants to do is hoop and get his championships and play his career. It's gotten to the point. I told y'all, I'm done with the GOAT debate. For me, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. He has been the greatest basketball player of all time to me since June 19th, 2016. He's been the GOAT for 9 years in my eyes. But I'm done having that conversation. It's a tired conversation. It's a lazy conversation, just like Charles Barkley said. Why does that conversation have to happen every day? And another reason why he is the greatest of all time, every time he reaches one of the benchmarks that people say, well, he's not the GOAT because of this, they make up another one. The goalpost has been moving for LeBron James since he was 16 years old. And that's why LeBron don't mess with a lot of those media dudes on ESPN, because a lot of them been shitting on him since he was 16 years old. The man got a long memory. He's from Northeast Ohio. He's petty. Okay. He's petty. We petty. And by the way, I am never having an argument or a discussion with anybody whose baby mama raps better than them. Take that to the bank. With that said, y'all. Listen, there are some the issues, and I do not like that. I don't like to get on here and sit and have to yell and scream about this stuff. I don't. I want to be able to speak positively, and I want to speak positive about these guys. That's why that's a part of the new me. That's part of this rebrand. And that's a part of what I'm going to do here, as y'all see it at the bottom of the screen there. Peterson Media Group, which is my new endeavor, which is my rebrand. Again, I know I said this early. Well, all artists, actors, rappers, comedians, other podcasters, please DM me, hit me up, man. I have a new show that I am launching. It is no longer the Happy Hour podcast. I am resurrecting Fall Through. The name is exactly what it is. You fall through, or I fall through where you at, and we gonna sit down and we gonna shoot the ish. That's exactly what Fall Through is about. It's going to be conversations. It'll give people an opportunity to get to know y'all. It'll give me the opportunity to get to know you more than I already know you. So please send your creators my way. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be fun. So Fall Through is coming back. Full disclosure is coming back. I keep saying that, but full disclosure is coming back. And when it comes back, you guys will know that. And with that said, y'all, we gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. Shout out to my IG people. We are here. This is gonna be the thing. I will be back Thursday. I promise you. I'm coming back Thursday. I'll be on at my regular time. This Saturday night thing was kind of cool because I did so much today, man. I done went to dinner, not dinner. I done went to breakfast. I done took my mom and my wife shopping, and I done been back home. I done been to happy hour and back. Shout out to my happy hour spot. Shout out to my bartender. You know what it is. Um, I'll be back Thursday, man. Free agency will be open. The Browns hopefully would have beaten made some moves. Hopefully Miles Garrett's still a Cleveland Brown. Um, That's it. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators be great. Stay positive because negative energy is trash. Until next week, y'all. Deuces.